While reporting overseas, these CNN journalists encounter some of the locals.
You are not welcome here. Supporters. CNN. CNN.
All right, you see that people are very angry. They do not like
all right.
the
I want
way in
to
which
let me just.
And surprisingly, this isn't the only time CNN reporters are getting confronted in the streets over their oftentimes misleading stories.
Lying! We understand that you're a news channel, you have your foreign policy, but where's your humanity? Where? Air this! Air this! You liar! You liar!
As this reporter had previously documented what's happening over there that some believe to be fabricated.
But we have just had a massive barrage of rockets coming in here, not too far from us, so we have had to take shelter here. All right, so now I can show you the scene here. This is where those militants first came, opening up fire on all these vehicles. There's a baby carriage down there, multiple casualties along this area. You can probably see.
But to be fair, CNN isn't the only outlet that will cower on the ground for the camera while people just casually walk and ride bicycles behind them. It's just that CNN in particular has a long lineage of lying to their viewers, where the only time that they don't get away with it is the rare occurrence that they have someone that can actually correct their lies live on air.
To note that you did vote against the defense appropriations bill this week.
No, I didn't.
The rule.
No, you're wrong. No,
the rule to
Abby, this is going to be a very embarrassing moment when the internet corrects you on this. I voted for the defense rule both times.
Well, I stand corrected, Congressman.
And that wasn't a one-off, as this is a reoccurring theme if you watch long enough.
But your quote here, are you telling me that the quote
20
is
years
wrong
later,
here?
yeah.
But are you telling me that your quote is wrong here because
actually.
it says how many federal agents were on the planes
I actually
at
asked,
the Twin Towers?
Yeah, when I actually, and this is just lifting the curtain on how media works again, I asked that reporter to send the recording because it was on the record. He refused to do it.
It feels like you're towing the line when it comes to conspiracy theories.
Caitlin, I am guilty as charged that I do not follow the establishment super PAC donor-approved script on these questions, but I am speaking truth, grounded in fact, at every step of the way, and that's what's really elicited something of an anaphylactic reaction of the kind we saw in 2016 against a different candidate.
So sad to say, CNN will quickly become irrelevant now, as actual intelligent people know when you're watching CNN, you're not getting information about current events as much as you're getting what their corporate sponsors want you to think about current events. And now they're pretty much becoming the ESPN of news, as no one watches ESPN because of their on-air personalities. People only watch because that's oftentimes the only way you can access live sports, as CNN gets insane amounts of access to President Damon Shaw, as they're basically state-sponsored media.
Every circumstance where a large number of people have been victimized and lost, I've spoken to them. I learned a long time ago what you all learned in your life.
Because if these were actually journalists working on behalf of the public, they would be 1. Pressing him for his ambient-induced answers, but more importantly, questioning, what the hell is this? Because I'm not saying it's definitely someone else answering questions dressed in a Biden suit, but if this was someone else dressed in a Biden suit while President Dementia was chilling by the beach, it would pretty much look exactly like this. And we've definitely seen this episode before. So would it be so hard for that CNN reporter to ask, what's this new chin situation you got going on here? Not necessarily that it's not really him, but it's because everyone watching this is thinking it too, so might as well clarify it for us. So no wonder CNN Plus couldn't even panhandle a few pennies a day to keep their subscription service afloat, despite being backed by hundreds of millions of dollars of premium content. Meanwhile, independent outlets like Timcast are able to raise millions of dollars as they live stream a chicken coop. So the reality is, people vote with their wallets, and CNN may have been appealing when you were only able to get your news from one-way mediums like the television or the newspaper. But now with places like Twitter or X.com becoming open source news outlets under Elon Musk, I'd much rather see what's happening in the world from journalists like Ford Fisher in DC, Jonathan Cho from Cho Show in Seattle, or Viral News NYC just recording what's happening in their communities, or the rare mainstream reporter like Bill Malusian from Fox getting his footage amplified by Elon, or even former mainstream media personalities that got exiled by their corporate news outlets finding a new, unfiltered platform on X. Because I 1000% know that X is the only reason that I have a career online too, as I previously was just a regular guy working at a regular office saying these same exact things to my coworkers. But with open source news reporting, people like you would rather tune into a regular guy like me over some stuffy dude in a suit that talks like no human ever as they try to bend reality to fit the narrative that best fits who's signing their paychecks. But at least in 2, maybe 5 years, corporate journalism will be obsolete, as we've seen advancements in AI go from replacing warehouse fulfillment jobs to actually replacing hotel employees.
So I asked the hotel for a humidifier because my room was so dry, and when I opened the door I saw this robot. I was so confused, and then I pressed the button and I saw my humidifier in the robot. This is when I realized that the hotel uses robots instead of humans to deliver things.
And now even replacing fast food employees that were just about to get $20 an hour in California.
What can I get started for you?
Can I get a plate, please?
Okay. For your side, would you like chow mein, white or fried rice, or half and half?
So now, let's just look at CNN.com's garbage homepage. Their front and center article about Jim Jordan is mainly search engine nonsense. An even-keeled pragmatic Republican was especially furious. There's nothing here. This just sounds like a 5th grader trying to write a 1,000-word essay with only 50 words worth of actual information. So even using AI from 2 generations ago, in seconds they can crank out an equally nonsensical article. In a stunning twist of political fate, the House of Representatives decide to drop Jim Jordan. I actually can't be convinced that places like CNN and MSNBC aren't actually using AI content right now. And I'm not just talking about AI articles, as apparently the Unreal video game engine can easily produce hyper-realistic videos. Combine that with China's 5D cinemas, where they can actually surround people with scenes that you can see, smell, and even feel. It's only a matter of time before they try to start faking stories with AI technology, because why wouldn't they? Having access to this new tech isn't going to suddenly make them more ethical, but I guess at least it'll make their audience more skeptical. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on the incidents the media doesn't cover, like how regular Chicago citizens are finally snapping.